So there's a large portion of entrepreneurs and business owners who cannot grasp marketing. Like they can't understand it. And in this video, I'm going to discuss a few reasons why. Now, I'm going to lean into one of the first big reasons, and I'm going to touch on this throughout this video. The first big reason why a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners cannot grasp marketing is because their gratification runway and response has always been very short. Have you ever met those people that like let's say they're sick, they take a medicine and they expect that medicine to work within 30 minutes? Or like, hey, there's a problem and somebody said that there's a solution. And so they tried the solution. And even though that person said, hey, you have to do this for a couple weeks, a couple months, it doesn't matter. In their head, since it didn't work right now, it just doesn't work. That marker in people, or that attribute of certain people, can inhibit those individuals from fully grasping and understanding the fundamentals of marketing. Now, the activity itself that someone does, they're expecting results now. And that challenge is what puts them in the business world, that puts them in this position of like, they make a post and they're expecting people to look at a post and then buy from them. Like, hey, I'm offering this thing, buy from me. And they'll do that over and over and over and over again, not getting results. But their expectation is, well, business is hard. Social media is hard. Selling is hard. And the reality that they're in is it's not reality, right? It's what they're in. That's they've created their own reality, but they're not putting themselves in the shoes of those who they're solving problems for, could potentially serve. So one thing to consider when you're thinking about all of this stuff is that in business or in marketing, there's a multitude of what's known as funnels or journeys for a customer. As a marketer, your primary objective is not to sell. I'm going to say this again. As a marketer, your primary objective is not to sell. Your primary objective is to identify what the optimal journey looks like for a prospective customer and do your best to accelerate that journey, make that journey as pleasant as possible, and at the same time, feed as many people who fall into your ideal profile, feed as many people into that journey as possible. That journey takes some time. It's very similar to growing a plant, growing fruit. You don't get fruit the same day you plant the seed. That's just not how it works. Like, you don't plant a seed, look at it, and you're like, where's my apples at? Like, you don't look at it that way. You have to have this mindset of harvesting, this mindset of nurturing, this mindset of planting. I mean, if you think about it, when you plant a seed, like, that seed is in darkness for a minute before it starts to sprout. And on top of that too, when you plant a seed, what direction does that seed grow into first? It doesn't grow up first, it grows down first. The roots grow first. And if I were to correlate this with marketing, that the same thing applies when it comes to funnels, when it comes to pipelines and journeys. You have to start to get good at building a process to build roots. All right. So I would say there's a fundamental marketing pipeline that I think everybody should follow. And it's called a know, like, trust pipeline or funnel. A know, like, trust funnel is where you're doing what you need to do within, like, you're meeting people where they are, you're putting content out there, and you're going to get a certain number of people that know you. Okay, you're going to get a certain number of people that know you. Then out of those people that know you, a portion of them are going to actually like you. Please do not expect everybody that knows you to like you. All right. So you do your best to get a bunch of people that know you, then a portion of them are going to like you. And then out of those people that like you, a portion of them are going to actually trust you. Please don't expect everybody that likes you to trust you. Then out of the people that trust you, a portion of them are going to transact or even advocate for you. Please don't expect everybody that trusts you to transact with you and to advocate. This is, if you look at the shape of this, it's like a funnel. It's a pipeline. This mentality that like everybody that I touch should buy from me is not reality. You cannot expect everybody that comes across your content to be the optimal customer for you. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because there are business owners who operate like this for decades. They operate like this for decades. I've even seen some fall ill and they were not able to continue building their business. So essentially they spent over 3/4 of their life doing something with bad patterns because they weren't in a reality that would move people to consume their offerings. And it's sad. It's sad. So if you're in business, it's really important for you to get human. It's really important for you to understand that there's a process to this stuff. You are not able to get immediate gratification for within your business. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So the other thing in the age that we're in is when you're putting your content out there, you're putting yourself out there, putting your brand out there. Like these the people that are gonna know you, you have to own your channel to these people. You can't just rely on social media to pay favor to your desire to contact these people, to get exposure to these people. You have to do what's known as lead generation, or the generation of leads. All right. Any business owner, and I wrote about this earlier, any business owner that doesn't understand the concept of leads, I don't believe is ready to market or to grow or to be in growth mode within their business. I mean, it's not possible. You have to grasp this concept of lead generation. These leads are at the top of your funnel. These are the individuals who are at the top. They're at the know phase. They don't know you yet. I'm sorry, not at the know phase. They're not at the like phase. They're at the top, right above the know phase. They may not even fully know you yet, but they may know of you. Your aim when you get these leads is to get them to know you more. Then you're eventually going to get them to the point where they somewhat like you. Then you're going to get them to the point where they somewhat trust you. And again, some people are going to fall off, and some people are just going to be in there. And they're just going to chill. They're never going to buy from you. There are people in your circle that will never buy from you. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that, because if you're not okay with that, again, marketing, business, all growth, all this stuff is going to be very tough for you. Now, when you're thinking about these people who are like leads, and you are looking at them and you're like, man, like I have their contact information, and I have to do something to get them to know me more. Just know this: it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to nurture these individuals so that they move through this pipeline. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, all of these platforms are not going to do that for you. You have to do it. So you have to create a mechanism in your business to move people through this pipeline. It is your responsibility to nurture these individuals. Same way, if you plant a seed, right? You can look out the window and you can sit here and cross your fingers, hope and pray that God makes it rain. You can do that. Or you could take it upon yourself and you could say, hey, God, thank you for the rain that you did give me last month. I was able to take some water, and I was able to water my plant over the past couple weeks. I'm going to continue watering my plant whether or not it rains. So you have to understand that this algorithm God that many of you are praying to, and is not looking at your business saying, oh my gosh, I need to get Sally's business to grow. I need to get Susan's business to grow. I need to get Jack's business to grow. I got to figure out how to get Jack's content in front of his optimal audience. That is not how this works. It is your responsibility to get these individuals as leads. Capture their email address, their phone numbers, get their contact information. If you truly believe that you can provide value to them, and you nurture them, you send them content, you send them emails, you send them messages here and there. Some of it you can automate. The majority of it you should not. All right. Some of it you can automate. The majority of it you should not. All right. It takes you being human for people to, again, know you, like you, and ultimately trust you.